Welcome back to my channel. We're doing brakes, but this time we're going to be doing the front brakes. Last series, if you missed it, I'll link it up here, and make sure you subscribe so you'll never miss anything. I got tons of car projects coming up, but back to the Bentley here. So we're going to be doing the front brakes. I know that's not the most exciting thing, but at the end of the video, we're going to treat ourselves and put new wheels and tires. So it's going to go from the Mr. Belvedere Bentley to something badass and bitchin'. I can't wait for you to see the wheels and the tires that I picked out. They're unlike anything that I've ever used before. And yeah, so let's get to it. Which tools do I need? Let's go. A 13/16 wrench, PB blaster because them brackets are stuck as anti-seize, brake and caliper grease, a 7 Allen key, a 30 Torx bit. You could torque while you torque down the Torx. Safety goggles and rubber gloves, brake cleaner, a caliper compressing kit, and a shop manual makes your life so much easier. I got mine from emanualonline.com. They've got all the cars you could possibly imagine. Super easy to navigate. The prices are great, and it's great having everything right in my laptop by my workstation. All I do is go to the bookmarks, find out which area of the car that I'm working on, and then it pulls up all the diagrams and even torque specs and all that good stuff. And of course, your basic tools to remove a tire are essential. If you don't know how to remove a tire, don't attempt this job. It's probably not for you yet. So let's talk about the supplies that I got, the actual brakes. I got I searched the internet, so I don't just haphazardly go into things and like willy-nilly, as they say. Buy things, I research, and I even call up and just make sure that it's gonna fit my car. So the rotors and the brake pads that I got, they were from Top Euro, and it was a great deal. It was like 900 bucks pre-shipping, pre-tax for all four, and so happy with the quality, the speed, and the pricing was unbeatable. No sponsorship, obviously. I'm just speaking from my heart. They were awesome. And then one thing that also helps is a fluid squeezer outer thing. So when you're compressing those calipers, make sure that your master cylinder cap's undone, and make sure that you're monitoring the fluid level and not, compressing the calipers and pushing that fluid out of the master cylinder. I actually was able to reach down, compress, and visually see the master cylinder, so I could see when the fluid was coming up and I could suck out. I just got a straw, put it in there, I was like, just kidding, obviously. But yeah, it having a little fluid sucker like a turkey baster thing works wonders. Okay, so let's get to it. Just because you don't see me putting the jack stands in my car doesn't mean that I'm not using jack stands. And I don't know why y'all are hating so much on Pittsburgh jacks. No more death threats about Harbor Freight, please, because I like Harbor Freight, and not everything can be Snap-on. This is a 6,000 pound vehicle, and these jack stands and jack are rated for 3 tons. So you do the math. This one is a Mercedes. This has got a Mercedes logo on it. It's an easier job than the rears. The rotors are not even as bad as the rear ones were. This little thing surprised me. It doesn't say anywhere in the manual how to take this little cover off, and it shot right at me and it got me in the chest. It didn't hurt, but it startled me, and all I could think of was, how am I gonna get this thing back in? You have to like squeeze down the little prongs and push in these other prongs, and yeah. The back where the slider pins are have these little plastic caps that just pop right out and expose the slider pins. The slider pins are a little Allen key, and they're not stuck in there, so it's pretty easy to remove those. The caliper brackets, those are a different story. Those are always kind of stuck on there, so I just put some PB blaster in and count to 10 patiently while it penetrates. And I bring out my favorite orange hammer. It didn't work, so I always bring out my sledgehammer, but I attempt to do it with the orange hammer first. With the caliper hanging nicely out of the way, I can take the bracket off here, and the rotor came off with ease. It's just a little Torx screw that's holding it in. And I can get to cleaning. With my safety goggles, mind you. I greatly enjoy putting anti-seize here, and for anybody who wants to challenge me on it, accepted. This is the packaging for the top Euro rotors that I got. Really great packaging. I got all this fancy extra cardboard, a lot of foam, a lot of plastic wrap. Yeah, this place is legit. Legit. For those of you who don't think I torque anything down to spec, I do actually, but it's pretty boring to watch on video, so I usually will cut it, look it up on my phone or my manual, and torque it down, and then move on to the exciting stuff, like putting this this grease on the back of this pad. I usually put grease anywhere where metal's going to be touching metal, and obviously I'm super careful not to get the grease on the brake pad itself or the rotor. The rotors had a big warning on the box that said ceramic rotor, do not use brake cleaner. So I did change my gloves, and I tried my best just not to get any dirt or grease on them, and then I just kind of wiped it off with a clean, dry cloth. These do not have brake pad sensors. Like, I don't understand. I'm gonna do some research, but the new ones came with brake pad sensors, brake pad wear sensors. The old ones do not have it. There was no clip to plug it in. Bentley probably has some super secret special tool for putting this back in. I figured out a method that works. DM me if you need to know. Alright, let's take a pause. My secret tool is a 1/2-inch wrench, a hammer, a screwdriver, my brute strength, extra patience for when it keeps popping out. And there it is. Success. Bye-bye. Your back is broken. I know you're probably all thinking, how can she not do both sides in one day? It's because I have an actual job that pays my bills. So I can't do all of them in one day, so this is the next day. So welcome to the next day where we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, we rock the party non-stop.
So there are 2 Allen bolts in the back. They're covered by these caps. So here's my little Allen wrench. It is a 7. Don't you forget it, it's a 7. Family heirloom screwdriver. I'm not worried about damaging the rotors, spreading it with a screwdriver, because I'm going to replace them anyways. I don't know if you noticed, but they're trash. I unscrewed the cap on the master cylinder before I attempted to push the pistons in, and I can actually stand up with my head and keep my hand down to see if the master cylinder is overflowing. Okay, we got a little screw down here where it's a little torque bit. It's 20, actually it's a 30. Where's my 30? It's a 30. It's very, very heavy. Alright, so as promised, we're taking the Bentley to get its new wheels and tires, but right now I gotta unload it from my other car and put it in the alley because I'm getting a ride. I'm hitching a ride, otherwise I'd have to load up a car. I don't have, like, even my Suburban won't fit everything in one trip, so we're getting a ride from my sister's car. Let's load them up. Hold on. I had it in my head that I wanted Pirelli so bad because Pirelli was supposedly like the official tire of Bentley. Anyways, Pirelli doesn't make all the tire sizes that it used to, and it doesn't make the ones that I needed. So I ended up going with Continental, and I'm kind of happy that I did because they're Continentals for the Continental. So, here they are. So here it is. All this is going on Mr. Belvedere right now. We deserve it. We did the brakes. Usually I save wheels and tires until like the end of the project, but it's so far out of alignment and the front rim is cracked. I'm not even able to drive it because it won't hold air. And all the weld shops, they quoted me at least $500. Here we go. Off to see the tire man. My destiny awaits. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that was exciting. I can't even believe like the difference in the car. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. We're doing more restoration. If you like this video, please subscribe and check this out. This is what I'm going to do next, I think. Keep in mind, there's also like basic like air filters, cabin filters, you know, an oil change, that all needs to be done. Spark plugs, coils, all that. But this is going to be really important. This is the front air shock. I got one in the mail. I'm waiting for the other one, but these definitely need to be replaced. Apparently they're only good for like 40,000 miles, and although this car is under that, I see that when I park it, the driver's side goes down and the passenger side stays up. So I'm assuming the driver's side has a leak in it, and you don't want to let that be neglected because the air compressor has to work overtime to lift it up when you do go to drive it. So I don't want to like wear out the air compressor too. So I'm going to be doing this, and yeah, like I said, some basic maintenance, and it's going to be wrapping it. I got a test piece in the mail. I'm going to do one panel just to kind of make sure that I'm in love with the color that I got. Yeah, exciting stuff. All right, see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. If anybody sees a great deal on a 98 Cobra Mustang convertible, has to be black, or a 97 Saline Mustang red convertible, please hit me up, DM me, email me. My email address is somewhere on this YouTube channel. It's on TikTok. I think it's on Instagram. But if you guys find a good deal on those cars, I've been looking for one for so long. Long story short, I know they're like, you're probably wondering why I'm obsessed with those cars, but when I was a kid, my parents had a 98 Cobra Mustang black convertible. They bought a brand new from, I think it was Star Ford in Glendale, and when I was learning how to drive, they wouldn't let me drive it. They even said, why bother getting your driver's license? We're not going to let you drive any of our cars. So I think in my head, I really want to find that car because it'll be my first chance to actually drive it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I need that car. And I actually found one in Newport, or like Santa Ana earlier this year, and it was like 13,000, had supposedly 45,000 miles on it. I test drove it, and you could kind of tell that it had been beat, and I don't think those are the actual original miles, because when I Carfaxed it, the miles were like jumping around from place to place. And I also noticed that it had disappeared from that lot for a month and then came back. So anyways, I didn't pick that one up. And then the story with the Saline Mustang, before my parents bought a 98 Cobra Mustang, they rented a 97 Saline Mustang, and it was red, convertible. We had it for maybe like a week, and it was one of the best weeks of my life, like one of the most fondest set of memories as a kid ever. Like, I remember driving around Burbank. I think we were going to IKEA. I was with my mom, my sister, and I had my cousins with me, and we were blasting Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Keep in mind, I was young. I was young, okay? I don't think I was a teenager. I don't know, I have to do some math, but I was young, and we're rolling around, blasting. My mom could give 0 Fs. She loved that music too. I wasn't allowed to watch the video, but I was allowed to listen to it. I think we had to keep it a secret from my dad. But anyways, Doggy Style. Doggy Style, that was the album, and it was a song. What's My Name? That was the song. Oh my gosh, what a great time. I want to re-experience that. So I need your help finding a 97 red Saline Mustang or 98 Cobra Mustang. Whew! My collection would be almost complete. Maybe. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching this. If you watched it this far, let me know about those Mustangs that you find. Bye.